Welcome everybody to the Clinic Growth Map Open House. Tell me where you are right now in the world and what type of therapist you are. Please say hello in the chat. I'm thrilled that you're here. Who's ready to learn all about the Clinic Growth Map? Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Say hello in the chat. I'm in Toronto right now. Nicole McCants, retired psychologist. Hi, Dr. Michelle. Welcome from Pennsylvania. Say hello in the chat. I would love for you just to connect with each other and really curious where you're located and what type of therapist you are. You are here to learn if enrolling in the Clinic Growth Map is your next best step. Type of me if you're like, yes, I want to leave here with clarity. Hello, Angela from New York. I'm thrilled that you are here. I'm about to share my slides here. Hello, Charlene. Hello from Idaho. And we've got Jasmine from New Jersey. And let me know if you can see my slides. They are here. You're going to leave here with a whole lot of clarity and tell me what type of therapist you are. You're in for a treat. For this next hour, you have access to my team. They're in the chat. If you have any questions, please drop them. You might have questions as we go. There's also a free guide. I'm going to get to that soon. But there's a live Q&A at the end. I'm going to answer. I'm not getting off this call until all of your questions are answered. Just know that. But more importantly, you're going to get a demo today. Who's excited for a demo? I'm going to show you under the hood and what the Clinic Growth Map looks like, all the learning lessons, all the things. Who's ready? Who's excited? Drop I am ready if you're ready to dive in, and we will dive in. Yay! And let me know too, who here is from the 3-day? The 3-day boot camp, the marketing boot camp. Hi, Angela, me. Hey, Billy. Nice to see you guys. Okay, amazing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're going to drop the replay. It expires soon, but I want you to be able to capture all of this. Last week, we were together for 3 whole days learning all about marketing. Before I get to the gift I'm going to give you, I actually just want to share some social proof. Sometimes we need to know that this is possible in our industry because we didn't hear this in grad school. This is Antoinette, and she's actually from California. Anybody here from Cali, let me know. Highly regulated state. I have a lot of people in my program from California, and she says, and by the way, this is old news. I think she's like doubled this, but Antoinette said, the support has been instrumental in helping me achieve my dream successful group practice. We now have a team of 9, she has way more now, serving our community and generating almost 50K a month. This is possible. This is the evidence. Julia says, my business has almost doubled in the last month. Now, Cub, he's from Florida. Hey, Janet. So Janet's from California. Anybody from Florida here? Cub sent me this in an email just a couple of months ago. He says, I had to share this update. Hey, Rico, so listen up. Before working with Nicole, I was averaging about $3,000 to $4,000 a month. 3 months into the program, I was making $25,000 a month. 6 months into the program, I was making $32,000. And 1 year later, he reached out and he was bringing in $64,000. Who's open to that? Open your arms. Who's wanting some of that abundance? You're going to learn exactly what I teach them today. And here's the free guide. Do you want it? I'm going to give it to you at the end. Type the word bonus in the chat if you want this. Specifically, it's how to attract clients with this Google Business Profile. There's a workshop and there's a template because a Google Business Profile is absolutely free. But do you have one that's working for you, or do you feel a little bit lost? It's yours, my friend. It's like Christmas. I just love giving you stuff. I'm just really going to take 30 seconds. I already know we hung out last week, a lot of us. I'm going to tell you who I am. Is there anybody here that's new? Drop the word new so I know. Is this the first time you're seeing this face? This is Nicole McCants. Hi. Oh my God. Okay. So I will just quickly tell you, I am, I was a clinical psychologist for 15 years. Loved it. Did couples, EMDR. Where are my EMDR folks? And then I just became, honestly, between us, sick of hitting the ceiling in my income, sick of having to sit in front of somebody in order to for money to flow in. Because a lot of you already know this. Once I had twins, I wanted to be home more. It's funny how these beautiful beings that we bring into the world change us, don't they? And they change our goals. So then I built a group practice with the help of a business coach. She was not a therapist. So that was the tricky part. I kind of pieced a lot together. In 3 years, I built it to 55 therapists. I'm going to show you a video of my clinic at the end. But the best part was it ran without me, and I got to stay home way more with my newly little toddlers, Jackson and Lucas, the twin boys. In 3 years, that happened. But here's what nobody tells us. In our second year, we hit $1 million in revenue. And in our third, we almost hit 3 million. And I'm still a new mama during all this stuff. Here's what I'm most proud of. It ran without me. It was revenue generating. Guess what happens when you create a revenue generating machine? What happens? You guessed it. Somebody wants to buy it. I did not give it to a private equity firm, a tech company. No, that didn't happen. I sold it. I did not give it. I sold it for multiple seven figures to an amazing psychiatrist who could take better care of my team and give them pension plans, give them free trainings. And I walked away. I walked away to be your business bestie. I'm really curious who here right now is in solo. You're like, Nicole, if I work with you, you're literally going to help me hire my first person. Who is already in a group? Even if it's just one other person, you are in a group, my friend. Solo, solo. Let me know in the chat. Solo, any groups here? Okay. So exciting, guys. Okay. You probably heard me say this, but you're not even a baby boss yet. And I teach you how to go from a baby boss to like a bigger leader because I was a baby boss. I had no idea what I was doing. And when I figured it out, I packaged it for you. Whether you choose me, I would be so happy, or somebody else, please read this slide. Only work with business coaches. I repeat, only work with business coaches who have successfully built thriving group practices. I know it sounds so obvious, but I'll tell you guys, group coaching or coaching in general, I mean, is not regulated. Interview them, make sure they've hit the results, they've climbed Mount Everest. You would never want to climb Mount Everest and begin the climb with someone who has not got to the top. Please just interview them and make sure, okay, what are your results? Did you hit this? Because this is my goal. There are 3 roadblocks, and I'm really curious before we get into the nitty-gritty of the program, which one is stopping you or which one has gotten in the way between you and your goal? Is it time? Drop time if it's time. Is it money or is it self-belief? Because it's usually one of those 3. If it's all, just say all. Totally fine. If it's all of them, Dr. Michelle says time. Lisa says time. Charlene says time. Billy says all. I hear you, Billy. Honestly, I did this live for a reason because I was you. Let's talk about each one, shall we? Let's start with time. I don't have the time to grow. I told myself, I need to hire, but I don't have the time to hire. Anyone ever said that to you yourself? I was still trying to figure out being a new mom of 2 boys. Now, the time when I started scaling, do you remember they were 2? We were moving into a new house. I needed a bigger house, more rooms, and I just had no time. This is why, here's how I've solved this for you. I give you the templates. Do you want it done for you? Do you want it done with you? I'm going to show you all of it, what I actually mean very soon. So it's almost like this. When I sold, I still had access to everything that got me to multiple seven figures. And that's the program. It's every single, like, you don't, there's not one thing that you don't get that I use to get there. And I'll show it to you very soon. And then money. You don't, it's like, oh, I really, really want this. And I'm manifesting all the money. It's just not here yet, but I don't have the money to grow. I think I solved this too, or at least I worked really hard to solve it for you. Here's what I've done. We have an interest-free payment plan. Interest-free. So we break up and there's no additional, we don't increase the, you know how some people increase the price and break, we don't. We break it up into equal payments. Here's what I told myself, and I'm hoping it helps. I did the math. I said, okay, how many new clients do I need to bring in? And by the way, you're not seeing these clients, right? We're going to hire, but how many new clients do I need to bring in to cover the cost of the program? Do that math later, like jot that down. And my rate was 275. I'm in Canada. We're just private pay here. I needed two clients. I needed them to come in weekly to cover the cost of the monthly cost. And that was it, the monthly investment. So I would do the math. At least that helped me. It was like, well, I'm going to be bringing people in and I can reinvest it. And then it's kind of a no-brainer. Now, you may not know this. I'm going to show you what's called the Content Hub. Actually, I have a question. Anybody here have a friend who's currently in the program or who's done the program? A friend, a peer, a colleague, somebody that you kind of know, almost know? Anybody? Sometimes there is. Birds of a feather flock together, right? No. Okay. Virkin. Yes, you know somebody. Okay, amazing. Yes. Because word is traveling rapidly. I'm going to show you soon. We have almost 65-star Google reviews. So I thought maybe you'd heard this. The Content Hub, okay? You actually own that. The thing I'm going to show you where everything lives, all the manuals, the hiring templates, the marketing plans, that is yours for life. For life. And I update it all the time because I can't stop myself. I tend to update it from time to time because I just want to give you things all the time. So you have lifetime access. But I want you to think too that that is an asset, my friend. That is a business asset. And did you know that when you sell, yes, I see you selling one day. You're like, what? I do. I mean, hey, maybe 20 years, maybe 20 months, but one day you will sell probably, right? When you sell that, you can like it will increase the value of your group practice. Who's excited to hear that? Drop a me if you're like, yes, I do want to sell. And thank you so much for increasing the value. Yes, yes. Tiffany says yes, or Tiffania, yep, amazing. And here's the big thing. I wasn't obviously a business person whatsoever. You may have forgotten this part. It's a tax write-off. Yeah. If you work with me, guess what? You pay, I mean, double check with your accountant, right? But obviously it's a tax write-off, and then it's going to reduce your taxable income. That's amazing. So I'm going to invest in my business that will make me more money and pay less taxes. Now, double check, but of course, it'll be a business expense, which is a write-off. I know, so good. I want to read you this because I think you'll relate. And be honest, I'm really curious. Will you let me know if you relate at all in the chat? Are you following the podcast? Maybe the Business Savvy Therapist, anybody here loving the podcast? Let me know in the chat. You're trying to piece all the things for free. Anybody here, just tell me. I was that person. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to do this. But then it was like a collage that some days was really, because I had questions. It was confusing. Angela says, true story. I think so. Laura says this. She's in my program. She says, no one is asking me to say this, but I wanted to share my experience trying to find excellent guidance. I tried to do as much free as I could, taking small steps, making big decisions. I realized how much I could have saved if I just started 6 months earlier. I lost money on a website I thought wasn't bad. I paid a lot and didn't know what I was truly looking for. I hired a quote, great therapist who wasn't as great as I thought, and the list goes on. If you're thinking about it, all I can say, it's worth every penny I've spent. The best thing about Laura, she just bought a house in Costa Rica where she will retire. Let's go into self-belief. For some of you, you told me in the chat that piece comes up, that confidence piece. Does that come up for you? It did for me. Know that. I'm going to show you my video, my actual clinic. I'll just show it to you. Some of you have seen it already. But know that I also didn't have the confidence. And let me take your hand and show you how to get to the other side. This is why you get one-on-one coaching in the program. I'm going to show you that soon with a success coach. This is why you get personal accountability emails. Do you want us to email you to make sure that you did that thing? Because you have so much else going on. We got you. This is why there's peer support where you go into cohorts and meet people from your state. If you're a psychologist, other psychologists, social workers, marriage and family therapists, counselors, psychotherapists, all of them. This is why we have co-working sessions. Anybody here need accountability? You're like, yes, find me, Nicole. Tell me, I want to see you now in the chat. Yes. Okay. Amazing, Jess. Thank you for being honest. Will you jot this down? Courage comes before confidence, my friend. Courage comes before confidence. Of course, you're terrified to ride a bike. You've never gotten on a bike. It makes sense that you're terrified that you're going to go flying down the hill. That's why it takes courage. Who is best suited for group practice success? Is this you? Are you a therapist who, I think you're a yes to all of these, but let's just check. Are you a therapist who knows you're meant for more? You just know in your gut that you are here to do something so big. You want to make a bigger impact than you ever could alone. Anybody here, like you've always dreamed, that was not me, of having a group practice. I didn't know I was going to do that actually. I was a solo therapist for 15 years, but anybody like you just always kind of knew, like this is what I'm going to do. I'm really curious about that. And I bet all of you love learning and growing. You're just going to eat all this up, all the stuff that I'm going to teach you. It's just unreal. I believe in synchronicity. I believe you are here for a reason. I believe that if it's meant to be for you to have a group practice, you will have that. If we're meant to be true business besties and meet every single week, it will happen. Anybody feel that I just showed up in your life at the perfect time? Like you had a couple thoughts, you were putting out signals out into the universe, and boom, who's this Nicole? Don't look how powerful you are. Dr. Amanda, Jess, Charlene, look how powerful you are. I have a story quickly to share about this. I was at my cottage with another psychologist because all I do is hang out with therapists, all of them, love therapists. And I said out loud for the first time, you know what, Michelle, I feel like I think it's time. I want to do a podcast, but I also was too busy. So I was oscillating between I really want this and I'm busy. I was very ambivalent. No lie. I said it out loud. That Monday, how powerful am I? I get an email from Oklahoma, this amazing production company in Oklahoma, and they say, you need to do a podcast. And guess what I said? I want to, I don't want to, I want to, I don't want to. Anybody really on the fence about a group practice? It's like, I do, I'm busy. I do, it's a lot of money. I do, da-da, da-da, da-da. And you know what's so interesting? When I finally said yes, And I finally got off the fence because it's painful. Picture sitting on a fence that is painful. When I finally said, okay, I'm going to do it. Just go, Nicole. It's flowing. Follow the flow. This will flow. Guess what I felt? Relief. Will you promise me that you'll make a decision today? It could be a yes, it could be a no, but get off the fence. I want you to feel that relief of like, okay, I'm just going to choose and walk through that door. Will you type at me and declare it like, yes, I'm going to leave you here with clarity. I'm going to leave with a yes or a no, because the back and forth, let me tell you, it's exhausting. Okay, I'm watching you. Thanks for saying that. Amazing. I'm going to watch for your names later. I love this quote. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Thank you, Ralph Emerson. Once you make a decision, that's how powerful you are. The universe conspires, reorchestrates, recalibrates to make it happen. And a quote from me, we don't always pick our dreams, they pick us. Once you get rolling with this group practice thing, you know how you'll feel? This is how I felt. 55 therapists, 3 years, that's a wild ride. But I almost felt like it was bigger than me and it was pulling me with it. And that is called flow state. Do you want me to help you to have this unfold with way more ease? Introducing the Clinic Growth Map, the 6-month all-inclusive business coaching program for psychotherapists who are committed to making a bigger impact and who want more freedom and flexibility. I've helped over 1,000 therapists all over North America. Let's dive in. Now I'm going to go nitty and gritty. Are you ready? When you enroll, I just want to walk you through like the nitty gritty of the program here. You get live onboarding. I personally think it's really important when you start something that you get handheld. It's like walking into a hotel. Am I the only one that does this? I like organize the hotel. I'm like, okay, so where's the thermostat? I'm very like regimented. Okay, so I need to know the temperature, how are the pillows, like all these things. Like you just need to get oriented. We do that for you. You meet with one of our head coach. They set you up for success and walk you through the roadmap. And then you get one-on-one coaching on Zoom, just you, my friend. They design a personalized 90-day plan based on your goals. Because guess what? Jess's goals are different than Daria's and Christy's and Charlene's. We all have, some of us, I was the breadwinner. I still am. I retired my husband, thankfully. I'll tell you all about that a different time. But we all have different goals, different living arrangements. Some of you are single parents. We connect this success plan to your life, to your needs and your goals. And then you have a person who holds your hand and holds you accountable. And literally not a bot, not some sort of automated thing that they say, hey, how's your manuals going? Did you post the job description that Nicole gave you? Did you use the contract that Nicole gave you? Then you have another one-on-one coaching where they review progress and your action plan. And this is where you might tweak things as needed. Thank you, Daria. It sounds like a dream, she says. My boot camp folks last week, and please watch the replay to the new people, you will love it. We talked a lot about website. When you enter, our branding expert, the best in the industry, gives you a thorough website audit immediately. Like we need to make sure that there's no leaky bucket there. Now I'm going to walk you through now the content hub. So this is where everything is stored, all the learning lessons, all the action plans. You basically get a business in a box. We call it the content hub. There's over 50 videos and I'm high energy, hopefully engaging. So I'm like teaching you the things. And if you know me at all, and you know from the podcast, I'm very tactical. I will tell you exactly what to do and exactly what not to do to save you. There are over 60 like done for you templates, checklists, and scripts. I'm going to show you exactly what those are. And that says the templates alone are worth the money. They save you so much time. Here's some examples. You know how I talk about first you want to systemize, build the container before you fill it, systemize before you hire. I give you I give you the employee contracts. If you are Canadian, you get an employee contract and a contractor contract. If you are American, you get an employee contract, an offer letter, and like the exact same thing. So everything I say, there's a whole American one and there's a completely different Canadian one. You get an employee handbook. By the way, I didn't know that we even needed these things. Don't tell the CRA, which is our version of the IRS, by the way. I didn't have some of these. So that's why we have experts in the program. And I got experts to create them for you and they're done. All you have to do is go in and customize employee handbook. Then, most important, you get my grew so fast, right? You get my exact manual of how to operate, operations manual, all the procedures. But then I also have one for your therapist because there's a lot of overlap, but your admin, which I'm going to teach you who to hire, how to hire, what to pay them, should they be an employee or contractor? I'll teach all of that to you. Your admin is going to update these for you so you don't have to. I'll walk you through it all. And did you know? I'm curious, say me in the chat if you also didn't know this, because I did not when I was practicing. We need a privacy handbook. Say me if you're like, what? I didn't know we needed an actual handbook. I give it to you. A HIPAA one, or if you're Canadian, PHIPAA, PIPEDA, so you have privacy procedures and you're taken care of. All you do is go in and customize. I don't know about you. If I had to sit down and create a manual from scratch, I don't think with my kids are in hockey now, they're 9 years old. I actually don't think I would ever find the time. In this lifetime, I don't think that could happen. But can you imagine, like, who here likes templates? That a template feels less overwhelming because you're like, okay, it's done. I put my logo, I go through it and I change things. And and like I said, I'll teach you to be a master delegator. And if there's mindset things, I can help you work through that, asking for help. But your admin, your right-hand person, will be the one customizing it. This alone is a $7,000 value. This right next slide, I would say is most people's favorite thing. They like a lot of things, but this, I give you a 6-step hiring model. How many of you are afraid to hire the wrong person? I was. It felt terrifying to say, here's my reputation. Here you go. Hope you do well with it. I just met you on Indeed 5 minutes ago. Terrifying. We have a saying inside the clinic growth map, and it says only hire what we call your hell yeah, like your perfect person, the one that you're like, I really hope they pick me to work with. And the way you find them is my proprietary method. It's called the 6-step hiring model. The 6-step hiring model. We want people to go through, and I give you the screening questions, the personality test. I give you the interview protocol, the working interview, the role plays. It's all yours and it's done. And you use it and it saves you so much headache. Because the other thing, if you hire the wrong person, it could be costly, right? Not just for reputation, but just a headache and costly. Then there's the marketing, which is the fun stuff. How did I make it rain? How did I bring in so many clients? I give it all to you. The branding and messaging, search engine optimization, which is SEO, Google, Facebook ads, and when to don't start with Facebook ads. There's a strategy behind it here. email marketing, strategic networking, reaching out to people like family doctors, other professionals. I give you all of it, the scripts, what to do. You just go in and you press play. And of course, there's social media too at the bottom. But my favorite part is we get to hang out every single week in group coaching. There's Canadian and American. It is the best. There's long friendships that you will make. The reason why it's in a group is because my coach had group coaching and there's no way I would have hit the $1 million mark, the multi seven-figure mark without the group. I tried just me and my coach, and I didn't know what to ask. So then sometimes I would just start complaining because I'm like, well, I don't really know what to ask here. In the group, you see people asking questions that you didn't even know you had. In my group coaching, I would learn from the people 5 steps ahead of me. And sometimes I would learn what not to do. I would see them share a horror story, and I'm like, okay, noted. Don't work with that company or jot that down. But most of all, the power of community and your new tribe, it's going to give you permission to take the leap, to take those risks. I don't know if I would have done it if it was just me. It was all these powerful people from like all therapists, only in North America, taking the big risks and giving me permission, like, okay, they did it. I'm going to do it too. So you're meeting with me every week, and then there's something going on every day. So there's every 2 weeks is mindset and leadership. If you don't know how to be a leader, that's okay. We'll teach you. Branding and messaging. So can you imagine a world every month, if you had a branding and messaging question, you would bring it and get an answer from the expert. We have a digital marketing expert once a month. And if you can't attend the coaching, guess what we do? If you submit the question, so you're like, I can't attend, I've got something going on. Here is my question. We will not only get the answer for you, we will timestamp the answer for you. So if you're like, I don't have time to go back and watch the whole recording, we timestamp it. This is like white glove service. That's why we have the 60, almost 60, we have 59 5-star Google reviews. Let's say you have an HR question. Do I give benefits? Do I hire employees or contractors? You have an expert every single month. Just bring your question. They'll coach you, support you. Anybody here in network? We have an amazing credentialing and billing company. Do you have questions about, okay, in-network billing? So I want to bring an intern, but if you live in California, you can't. I'll teach you why if we work together. But okay, so how do I supervise in network? Can I do it with all of them? Like all of your questions, boom, answered. How much momentum would you have? For me, I was constantly stopping because I didn't know the answer. And then weeks would go by. Do you relate? And also accounting. We actually have Julie Harris. She's the author of Profit First. She's our accounting expert. Amazing. And then we have an amazing Canadian one as well. You just bring all of your accounting questions. And here's what it is. You set it up right from the beginning. That's truly why I did this, because I did it wrong and I know how that feels. You'll learn from my mistakes, but you set it up right. Oh, and by the way, if you're like, oh, I want to hire one of them, like the digital marketing person, you get a discount, a big discount because you're in the program. The last and most important expert is a lawyer. Yeah, your very own employment lawyer expert. Bring your questions, get your answers every single month. The accountability piece is so key. Here's my promise. Back to the momentum. You will get an answer within 24 business hours from us. We will answer it right away, immediately. So you're not waiting because you and I meet weekly, right? You don't have to wait the week. You're constantly getting the answers. You're going in the hub. Oh, I just have a small thing about this. And then your momentum is just unreal. There's also office hours, these are like a fan favorite, where you're in a small group, you jump into Zoom, there's a head coach there, and you just bring whatever, all the questions, all the mindset stuff, bring it. And then I already mentioned, if you need accountability, tell us. And we'll literally follow up on the task. Because if you know you procrastinate on a certain thing, we will make sure that we hold you accountable to that. I have a team of 15 people. I know you can't see them. Some of them are in the chat. They are the best of the best, and we're all rooting you on because your success is our success. There's also, I know this is a lot. I'll send you the replay. I'm almost done. There's also peer support. Every single week, there's a Canadian. So you jump on Zoom and we put you in, what are those called? Like little rooms. They're called something else on Zoom, but you know what I mean. And we separate you by clinic size. I don't know if there's any bigger group practices here. So if you're solo, you'll be with other people who are solo, unless you want to mingle with people who are bigger. We put you with other people with the same license. You're hanging out with other social workers, other psychologists, other psychotherapists, counselors. And we also try our best because we have people from every state, every province, just about, even Hawaii, the Yukon, Alaska, that we rotate it every week. So there's also a chance to meet people from where you're at. Who is mind blown? Who is excited? Will you tell me in the chat? I worked so hard for you. I worked so hard for you because the results are insane. Are you ready to book a strategy call? Thank you, Charlene. A lot of you already have, but if you have made a decision, or wait, I'm going to hold those accountable. Have you, thank you, Jasmine, made a decision? Back to what I said a few minutes ago, book a strategy call. If you haven't already, they will answer all of your questions because I'm going to hang out with you in a sec and answer your questions and show you the hub in a sec. But I wanted to give you this opportunity, 45 minutes on Zoom, just working through your stuff. And maybe you're like, oh, I feel like it's too early. That's totally fine. Just tell them that, and they'll help you work through it. I asked this last week. Will you say, if you've had a call already, will you tell us in the chat how valuable it was? It can be scary to book your very first call. And it's always nice to hear a peer and somebody on this call say, oh my gosh, like this is what I got. Listen to the nudges, those synchronicities. Remember how powerful you are. Take this step. You also get, when you enroll, a whole other program for free. Have you heard of Elevate? I have. So all I do is the clinic growth map. I just really believe do one thing, do it well. I do have another, a little bit different, but you get it for free. And it's teaching you how to build niche packages. I had a 10-week ADHD brain training program. Heather said I had a strategy call with Mike and he was amazing. So good. Oh, and Charlene, I'm excited for you. I had a 10-week ADHD brain training program. I did neurofeedback. We did psychoeds, we did autism assessments, couples, families, kids, like we did it all, 24 rooms. I'll show you my clinic soon. And this 10-week ADHD brain training program brought in tons of revenue. And this is the digital course that you get when you enroll. It's typically $3,000. You get it included. So you can also, if this is a really unique way to market right now that therapists are not doing yet. I know some of you already saw this, but oh yes, Jess, the meditation ball. I'm so glad you're loving it. That means so much to me. I'm going to press play. Here's my clinic. We're all visual. I just want to show you it because I could tell you about it, but here it is. It's 1 minute long. Before I press play, I want to tell you this. This came from nothing. If you feel like you don't have a lot right now, I had to get a new website, a whole new brand. I'm going to teach you all of that if we work together. I was the breadwinner. I had 2 babies at home. And some of you know, I was raised very poor in a trailer park with a single mom who couldn't work. If I can do it, you can do it. And here it is. Welcome to the Toronto Neurofeedback and Psychotherapy Center. We help you learn to live a life with ease. Change is possible. We are the largest therapy and neurofeedback clinic in Toronto. 7,000 square feet and over 40 psychologists, psychotherapists, and social workers. We offer individual, couples, child, and family therapy, psychological assessments, as well as cutting-edge QEEG brain mapping and neurofeedback. We are located at Bloor and Islington, steps from the subway with free parking in the back. Services covered by most insurance benefits. You are not alone. Let our team be your guide to a better life. If you want anything similar to this, to create something bigger than you ever could imagine, take my hand and book a strategy call. I wanted to show you because I had said that we have a bunch of testimonials. We're going to jump into those later. But we also have a ton of 5-star Google reviews. We'll put the website in the chat so you can take a peek. I'm just kind of scrolling through, but I want you to know this. Some of them, these names that you're seeing here, are new parents. Some of them joined and they were still doing their dissertation. Some of them are doctorates, obviously most are MAs. They're from every state and every province. Some are in network, some are out of network. Some are virtual, some are in person. Small towns, big cities. Each one of them are like where you are right now, and we're on a similar training to you. I'm going to drop the bonus now. Here's your free guide. Enjoy, my beautiful friend. And then who's ready to take a look inside the clinic growth map? Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, so I've already opened it. When you enter, remember I said the content hub? This is it. You enter course content, and immediately the first thing we do is we talk revenue and we talk profit. I want to really get a sense, like, do you want to hit the $1 million mark? Where do you want to be in 1 year or even by the end of this year? You'll remember from the boot camp, the marketing boot camp last week, we talked a lot about trademarking. We just had an expert come in, I think it was yesterday or the day before. So we go into, do you need to trademark or not? And maybe there's a search function in here. You can check if you have to. You probably don't, but it depends. Then right away, oh, look, website, because it's so important. I walk you through branding your website. I show you my website, what works, what you need to be doing for bios. And then remember we talked about, and if you weren't there, what's so important is removing friction. Let them book. Just yesterday in coaching, we were talking about how most people in my program, guess how all of their clients are booking? Online. So that's the shift, guys. So I walk you through what's actually working, because if the clients aren't coming in, it may not even be your website. It's just the friction and the bottlenecks on the website. So we tighten that up and do QAs, and I do them live. I just look at them for you. Then we set up your tech, because guess what? I want to help you build something that could run without you. So right away, we're going to put communication, like using Google Chat, and a lot of these are absolutely free. So I'm going to show you examples of this. So systemize. I give you the manuals and the handbooks. I teach you how. So if you click, this is how it works. You click it, then you get a video from me, typically 10 minutes long. This one's 6 minutes, where I walk you through what is an operation manual, what needs to be in it. And then I give you mine. You click this, boom, and guess what? Boom, there it is. It is yours. It's in a Google Doc. It's like magic kind of. And then you go in and then you customize it and then you use it. I give you a therapist manual. Should you have a dress code? There's like all these things and yes, you should have a dress code, by the way. These things that you probably haven't even thought of that I give you. And I teach you also why they're important. Can you see on the left? I know this might look a little small for you, but on the left here, you can see I give you the employee handbook, contractor policy manual, every single form. This is one of my favorites here. If you have questions, let me know in the chat too. Hiring an admin and what to delegate. Anybody wonder, you're like, I know I could offload the minutia, but I don't know if I have enough to actually hire someone. Well, I walk you through how to find them, who to hire, and you can actually hire them casually. But most importantly, I tell you if you should hire an employee or contractor and what exactly to delegate. Watch, here's my admin checklist. Yes, I tell you exactly what to give them. And then they use the list. There's so much peace in this because what you get, you're going to hire somebody to implement. But I'm going to teach you the best people to hire because this is your reputation and we're going to treat it like the gold that it is. Okay, here's the truth. I am a hyper perfectionist, so you will love working with me. I give you my opening checklist. So I wanted, and you saw in the video, a pristine waiting room. I have a list. If you have like a bricks and mortar, or you will one day, I can help you do that if you want that. I give you what the admin will do when they open the clinic and when they will close the clinic. And it is nitty gritty here, like in the kitchen, in the front desk, things to turn on, things to lock, and things to turn off. Oh, yeah. It is. If you love hyper conscientiousness, you will love me. And if you're not, anybody here not conscientious, perfect. Then I'm like the person that will fill that gap. I give you a collections process and then all about ready to hire. Should I hire an intern or can I even hire an intern? Pre-licensed versus fully licensed. How it works with hiring each of them, but most importantly, what to pay them. Anybody lost around that? I teach you how to pay therapist contractors. In Canada, most therapists are contractors. Any Canadians here? I didn't see any, but I feel like there probably is. Say hello, will you? And then how to pay therapist employees. What about supervisors? Because guess what? You're going to be stepping back. We want to replace you. Eventually, you won't be supervising, or maybe not at all. And then supervisor employees. Eventually, you'll hire a clinic lead. I help you with that. How to pay, how to give raises, even a raise request process. I know. And then you can see here on the left, you see my cursor. The 6-step hiring model is here. I want to show you this. So onboarding is really key. We want it to be streamlined. Like you don't have to think about this. I'll just tell you, this is what you need to do before they come. This is how you're going to train them. And the offboarding is, anybody here worried? Hey, Daria and Rihanna, nice to see you, Canadians. I am curious if part of why you're not stepping into a group and we're not working together yet is you're afraid therapists won't stay. Tell me in the chat. Is that true? You're like, I'm scared. I just don't know if the therapist will stay. Yes, says Dr. Amanda. I was you. It's true. Like, what do we do? Well, what if I could help you create a brand where they actually want to stay and you have a team that if a therapist leaves, even though I help you with retention and leadership, you have somewhere else where like they could see somebody else. And I walk you through offboarding admins, offboarding therapists. And there's nuance here because ethically the client gets to choose. Most people stayed in my clinic though, because they loved the clinic and coming and the brand. And here's organic marketing. We talked connecting with family doctors. We talked about that at the boot camp. Walk you through all the scripts, the referral pad if you ever give it, all of the things, exactly how to do it. It is done. Even the follow-up process, tracking referral sources, content creation, the email marketing, media appearances, social media. I was in the media quite a bit. So even if you want to get on TV, pick my brain. I was all over TV back when I was a psychologist and not retired. Now, I'm pretty excited about metrics, as you can tell in this photo. Are you tracking? Do you know last week how many consults you had? How many no-shows? How do you know if you're growing or what's broken? Maybe there's a bottleneck, but you don't even know it. So the key is in the tracking, and I give you a sales metrics and money metrics sheet. Then I teach you about your sales cycle, reducing cancellations. I even on the left here give you, like, what does a CEO do? I tell you, here's what you should do every week and every month. And then there's a whole module on leadership to step into your leadership and step into your next version of yourself. How do you feel? Will you tell me in the chat? Then we're going to get into the questions, but I'm just really curious, how do you feel? Drop a word. That was a lot of info, but was it exciting? How do you feel? I hope you feel as excited as I do. And Maddie, is there questions?
Yes, there is. We'll get started. And the first one is from Jess, who said, I'm in a doctorate program and starting dissertation. Is it best to wait while I'm doing my dissertation, or is this not doing too much at one time?
Oh, Daria wants to book a call today. Daria, we will make that happen. Cass will help you. Okay, so Jess, this is so funny. Nikki in my program was you. She was doing her dissertation and she did both at the same time. And I want you just to check in with your own current bandwidth. I like to do many things, but check in with how you're probably back to school now. Like, how are you feeling? Nikki was able to do it, but get this. She grew. She now has 10 therapists on her team and is killing it. I just saw her recently and she's actually doing the whole group practice with her husband. It's like such a beautiful story. Is it possible? Yes. Does a portion of the people there doing exactly the same thing as you? Yes. I would book a call and maybe because I can't really see your face and chat with you. Did you book a strategy call yet? I would chat with Haley or Mike about the nuances and they can kind of work through it with you. But it's exciting.
Awesome. Our next question is from Josiah and Ashley, who asked, have you also helped psychologists with testing practices, or is this mainly for therapy practices?
Mm. You said Ashley?
Josiah and Ashley.
Oh, Josiah. Oh, okay, both. Yes. So I didn't do the psycho eds, the autism assessments, and the psychological assessments, but we offered them. And they were our money makers. We were therapy, we were, I'm trying to think, revenue wise, maybe 25% testing, and then some neurofeedback as well. But here's the thing, it's kind of all the same. So hear me out. In the end, you're going to need all the same manuals. The employee handbook, the contract, like that's not going to be any different. And then the marketing, no different. The hiring, the whole 6-step model I give you, no different. The nuance in the coaching will be what you pay them and then systems and processes. There's quite a few people who are doing testing, the majority of testing. I think we have a few all testing. They're the minority, but I'm confident that I could definitely help you. I show you exactly and can show you what we paid for assessments, how we paid, how we collected, how we got the reports kind of on time. We both know that's a problem sometimes. So everything would be the same, but there'd be nuance and we would just talk about it. And I would give you all the things.
Awesome. Our next question comes from Charlene, who asked, I'm wondering the experience of your coaches, wondering what my access to Nicole would be.
Yes. So most of my coaches have master's degrees. Most of them are therapists or going to be therapists, or some sort of like performance training, like, because this is kind of what this is, right? Like performance training, getting you to your next level. you have access to me in coaching every single week, but you have, let's say, we have like an amazingly busy group, Facebook group, where everybody puts their questions all the time. So I will answer it through a coach within 24 hours. It will blow your mind. I would book a call to find out more. Everybody's in there. And you'll also, what's amazing, and definitely read the testimonials, is that the therapists jump in to help you as well. So the coach will answer because I'm consulting with the coach. They'll be the one to post it. And then you'll get like 5 other people support you. It's really beautiful.
All right. Our next question comes from Jess again. And she asked, what if I want to build my practice and then build a charitable arm or nonprofit? Will this program help with that?
The nonprofit piece. So I did not grow a nonprofit. I don't know too much about that. Here's what we would do. Here's what we do when I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. Guess what we do, Jess? We bring in an expert. So we would go, like when you're ready, I'm going to circle back to that in a second. But when you're ready, we would bring in an expert to do a whole recorded presentation. You bring all your questions. And I find the best of the best. Every expert we bring in, this is so important, works with therapists. Why? We're so highly regulated. We're a different breed, aren't we? So we would find the perfect expert because if you have that question, probably other people do. But I'll tell you something. I, and I know this is like you're thinking at scale. I would recommend that first you build the group practice until it's revenue generating before you do anything else. Because I always say foot on the gas going only one way. And then, because that's a whole other business, right? But yes, I would help you.
Amazing. Our next question is from Angela, who asked, do you help grow solo practice full fee? Angela, maybe if you can clarify if that's private pay, and branching into consulting.
So if you are not busy yet, yes. So a lot of people who start, they're kind of like, I have big visions. I'm almost busy, or I don't want to be fully busy. I like my caseload. I just want to hire, right? And I was fully private pay a lot. It's happening more and more, I think, after the whole thing last year with the in-network company. Um, change that was right. Remember that whole billing situation? So a lot of people are getting out of network, but there's some of them are keeping their higher pays. But yes, if you wanted to be cash pay, private pay only, we have tons of people charging, close to $300 an hour. And if you wanted to add, it's kind of the same question. Here's the thing. Every single person on this call is entrepreneurial, right? And all the time in coaching, and actually Cass on my team, can you drop that podcast, The Secret to How I Got to Seven Figures? I want Angela to listen to that. So Angela, I have something for you, okay? And Jess, actually both, please. Um, one of the keys to my success was following Steve Jobs' advice, where success is not, he says, my biggest success, ready for it, is saying no to 100 other good ideas for now. Saying no to 100 other good ideas, eye on the prize, only one way, eye on the prize. So my coaching will be, let's get this up and running because too many people are unsuccessful, not successful because they want to write the book and they want to do the podcast, they want to do the course. And then they're just, I'm sure you have friends, not successful because it's just too watered down. Will I help you with the other thing? Sure. A lot of the success principles apply, but I'll probably tell you to wait. And there's a whole podcast about it. And you'll thank me later, I promise, because you'll hit that goal faster.
Okay, our next question is from Ashley, who asked, will this work for a group offering psychedelic integrator? Is this the best for traditional group practice, or is this best for traditional group practices like youth, family, CBT, DBT?
I feel like everybody in the program is doing exactly what you said. Psychedelics, ketamine, assisted, all the things. They're doing niche programs. Almost it's becoming like more mainstream. So you would not be alone. That I would say that there's a whole lot of people doing just that. Yeah. And they're combining it. So you can be a niched group practice. I didn't go that route. You know why? My dream was to hire to help the whole family, and I wanted to keep everything in house. So I wonder, would you be open to, let's say somebody's like, do you do couples therapy as I work through my trauma? That's what I did, where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to also offer these arms. And then everyone cross referred. I had to do less marketing because everything was in house. It was amazing. Doctors referred more because they just knew they'll take care of you for all your mental health needs. So you can be niched. Absolutely. A lot of people in the program are. And there's a lot more people in the program that are doing a little bit of the psychedelic assisted and also the more general group practice.
Awesome. This is our last question moved over. So if you have any more questions, please add them to the chat. And this question comes from Sari, who asked, I'm wondering about hiring qualifying psychotherapists to supervise. I'm a psychologist in Ontario. I think the CRPO has stringent requirements for supervision of their members and want to know what those are specifically. If anyone else in the chat can speak to this too.
Sure. Yes. So sorry. It is like they're in the States, sometimes it's 2 years, it is 5 years. We have the website. There's a lot of RPs. There's some RPQs actually in the program that know they want to build a group practice. Um, it is becoming more stringent because now they do have to do a course. But I could help you. Like I have a good friend who actually does one of the courses. So we can get into all the nuance. Here's what I would do: book a strategy call. And if they have any questions, I'll answer them for you. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, or also I would just jump on the website. Like they have updated it with all the new requirements. And I want to congratulate Brianna and Darius and Michelle and Jessica and Viviana for booking a call. So excited, guys.
Amazing. Okay, we have a question from Charlene who asked, if I don't want to supervise new therapists while they're collecting their hours to achieve the clinical license, does this program help me with a workaround for that?
Of course I do. So you're not alone, Shireen. There's a bunch of people who just they don't want the pressure. They don't, or they just don't, they just don't want to. There's a couple of ways you can do it. I teach you exactly how to do it, how to hire, how to pay them. And it depends. Will you bring on interns depending on where you live? Can you do that or just pre-license? And there's multiple models you can choose from. There's three specifically that you can still be quite profitable. And I give you the job descriptions for the supervisor, all the things. Because eventually you'll all be hiring supervisors because eventually you're going to step back, right? Even if you start with supervising.
Okay, we have a question from Jess who asked, just curious, will there be help in changing from a sole proprietor to S Corp because of California laws?
Yes. So, Jess, you're going to love this. I'm in Ontario, very far away from you right now. However, we're so Ontario is the most highly regulated province in all of the Canada. So there's nuance for you too. Like you actually need a professional corp. Did you know that? So there's a whole lot of nuance that I can teach you. Um, and I would say to all of you, you don't want to incorporate until you have 70 to $80,000 in profit. So the lawyers will stand by this because if you profit means money that stays in the bank. That's how you benefit from being incorporated. The moment you take the money out to live or pay for business expenses, the corporation is a waste. So we'll teach you all of that. There's a lot of nuance there. And yeah, I got your back there.
All right, that's all the oh, sorry. Last one from Brianna who asked, do you have to incorporate through the program?
No. But Brianna, I want you to make so much money that you want to incorporate. Does that make sense? Because a lot of you, Brianna, are you Canadian or American? Just let me know. If you're American, you might have an LLC. Okay. So you're in Ontario. Perfect. Um, you you will incorporate one day. So I teach you how to do it in the program, but you may not choose to do it, but you own the hub. So I met somebody that did my program 2 years ago, and she's like, I'm constantly in the hub. So, which what's amazing, Brianna, is later when you're ready to incorporate, you just jump back in and it's all there for you, which is so great. It's like the gift that keeps giving, guys.
Okay, we have a question from Sari who asked, what are the downsides of incorporating too early?
Couple of things. One, the cost. It's not a lot of cost. It's about 2000 in both countries to just actually incorporate, but also your year end, your taxes, at the end of the year, you have to pay taxes. And a business year is typically the end of the year. It's going to be more costly. Your accounting bill will be more costly. And I rather you keep that cash and have it invested in something that's revenue generating, that's going to bring in the clients. Also, there is nuance that this won't happen to you if we work together, but like let's say you're incorporated, but you make no money for multiple years. That's actually a red flag for the CRA and the IRS. So and there's no benefit to you to incorporate because what is the point of incorporation? Two things. One, protection and liability, but the bigger one is that you pay a lot less tax on that money. But if you're pulling it out, then there's no money in there because the moment you pull it out, you're paying your personal tax rate. Yeah. So I would teach you all of that. Amazing. I'm glad that was helpful. I love spending time with you. Did you make the decision? The people in the chat who said earlier they were going to make a decision, did you? Tell me, did you? And before you go, will you drop one word about how you feel? Let's put it out to the universe. How do you feel? Hopefully inspired. Yay, Daria did make a decision. I'm so proud of you, Virkin. Nice to see you, Virkin. Oh, so good to see you. Motivated, says Samantha. So good. Leave with the inspiration, leave with the motivation. Thank you, my friend, for coming. Congratulations to those who booked a call, and I will see you so soon. I'll see you guys. See you soon. Bye.